Hello. How are we doing? Everything's working. I always come in surprised as if I've not been sat here for 5 minutes thinking about what I'm supposed to be doing for these sort of streams. But hello, if you're new here, my name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and this is Too Long Didn't Read Tabletop RPGs. It's a regular sort of stream. There's no schedule per se, because I'm really bad at scheduling. Where every week we do a couple of streams looking at different tabletop RPGs, and I sort of have a look and see what I like about them. Would I, play them? Would I, if I was making my own, what kind of cool game mechanics there is? Because I think I'm very, very passionate about doing tabletop RPGs. If you're interested, I do have a podcast all dedicated to it, called What Am I Rolling, which is probably the channel that you're on. And I also do lots of other streaming stuff as well. So hope you're well wherever you are. I appreciate I am in my gym kit. I need to go for a run. I've trying to get myself back into fitness and exercise, and it's been a struggle. And I hate it, but I do feel good once I've gone for a quick run around the park, which is quite close to me. So that's what I'm going to do after the stream, but before D&D tonight, because I am running D&D. But I hope you're well. Otherwise, it's quite nice and bright here. The summer has been kind to us for now. Here in the UK, that's where I'm based, and yeah, I'm doing all right. Got a lot of editing done. Doing just a nice Wednesday. That's where I'm coming to you from today. So I thought we did a double header last night. So, excuse me. Good start of stream when you're starting to burp as you're trying to talk. So last night we did a double feature of Brindlewood Bay and Flabbergasted, and today is a much more gentler one. Just a nice sort of chill one. I thought we'd have a look, and I'll be honest, I can't remember why this game is on my list. I think there was I was trying to look for it earlier. The Dicebreaker, so the RPG tabletop board games news outlet that I certainly follow, and I'm sure quite a number of you folks do as well. They have done recently some best tabletop RPGs and solo RPGs, and I don't think it was mentioned there. I had the quickest look beforehand because I was like, oh, maybe I can just give an example, or here's some games that I inspired me and I put them on the list. Couldn't find it anywhere, so I have no idea where this game has come from, but it has been recommended to me. So if you're that person who recommended this game to me, I am so sorry that I don't know where it came from, this suggestion, but let's go straight into it. Today we are looking at the solo journaling RPG Foam and Fiction, and this is a name your price RPG, pay what you want, which you can get on itch.io. It is by someone called Elizabeth Mace Giosa, and it looks very beautiful. It's very good. And the reason I'm sort of maybe padding it out a little bit is that it's incredibly short. It's 10 pages in total, which is really cute. And frankly, I applaud RPGs that are less than 20 pages. Because obviously sometimes you have rules light games, and they're 100 pages. You're like, that's not rules light. That seems like a lot of rules. I kid, obviously. Let's move over to the screen. Have I got it set up right? Yes, I have. So this is what it looks like on the itch.io page. Like I said, Foam and Fiction. You got it there at the top. It's very cute. Look at the little cover it comes in. It's very, very sweet. So I'll give you a quick read of what it is. Like I said, you can go download this game now if you want to download it now for free, and then have a read of it, and then maybe chuck some money towards the game designer afterwards, because it's always quite nice to do. But anyway, I dribble on, essentially. There is something special about the ambience and feeling of a bookstore cafe that you really only find inside. The way the bookshelves muffle the sounds around you, creating a quiet hush that is almost like a temple, whilst the scent of dark espresso and sweet cake wafts through the air. There's nothing else quite like that feeling. I 100% agree. The issue I have with this description is that normally when I go into a bookstore cafe, there are other people there. And they ruin that atmosphere. Also, the cake and the well, not espresso, but Earl Grey for yours truly, it's usually quite expensive for what it is. I'd rather pay the expense on the books, to be honest with you. But anyway, Foam and Fiction is an RPG journaling exercise meant to help you create a small snippet in the day of one of your characters. A trip to their favourite bookstore cafe. All you need is a deck of cards and a way to record your experience. We've also created a few Spotify playlists for the game. So my cafe would play feature songs I would play if I owned my own cafe or bookstore. Oh, that's very cute. Acoustic Cafe, a nice selection of acoustic sounds and instrumental covers. And Summer Bop Cafe, warm upbeat music to put you in a bright, bubbly mood. There are 3 versions available. Oh, so this is the book itself, a digital version, black and white printable, and a text-only version. Hello, accessibility. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that a lot. Welcome to Phone and Fiction, friend. Tell us a story. So that, I guess, is the name of this place. And yeah, there you go. We won't look at any reviews just yet. That's quite cool. I'm not going to click onto any of these because no doubt I'll get talk for copyright. I'll tell you what. Let me grab some cards then. You'd think I would have the cards to hand, but I do not. I do not at all. Give me 1 second. All right, so I've got my playing cards here as well, so we can have a look at what it is. I've talked about it on the channel before. I absolutely love solo role-playing games. I think they're a really unique way of reflecting on gaming experiences and making experiences for yourselves. It's like writing, creative writing or anything like that. So I always recommend, if you're going to try out solo RPGs, something like this, which seems very cute and very what's the word? Safe is not really the word I was looking for, but one that seems gentle, a nice introduction in. There are some RPGs out there which are more reflective, more solitary, and then some that just go straight into horror. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that, but if that's not your cup of tea, then just don't play those games. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is that there are definitely some solo RPGs out there where you go, I wouldn't do this if this was my first time playing a solo role-playing game. But I highly recommend checking solo role-playing games out because they add something different. They just give you that little time to yourself, a little way to check in with yourself, I think. And sometimes the stories we create with them, they can be used for anything. So like here, for example, it's like in one of your characters, so that could be a character in, say, your D&D setting that you're playing through just now. It could be a character that you want to develop, anything like that. So I think that's super, super cool. What I'm doing just now to sort of buy some time, I'm going to shuffle my deck of cards. Because they're not really shuffled that much. It's a brand new set of cards that I've put them into sleeves as well, because I want to get good at shuffling, but I'm not going to do it live on the stream. Cool. I must say, I've always loved the idea though of a bookstore cafe. I do really like. I think it's like I said, I just hate other people. So really, it's just a library with with a coffee counter. And I have special access to it. One thing I would love, though, it sounds so silly. I wish there's a meme I saw, or an image that I saw, which was about people. There's 2 types of people in the world, and there's the people who get like a drink, and both get the same drink, and that half an hour later, one person's drunk the whole thing. And then there's other people who drink the whole thing by the end of 5 p.m. I am, or at least half of it, I am in that first category. So I need big mugs of things to keep myself going, because by the time I've got back to sitting down and starting reading my book, the drink's already gone, which is sad. Which it's like, oh. All right, let's dive into Foam and Fiction. Yep. Cool. So very cute looking sort of probably pexel or unsplash artwork. It's very. I like the design of it. It's very simple, very clean, which is good. And yeah, like I said, it's off the screen, but it's 10 pages long. This one. So it's curious. I'm intrigued. So it says, it's quiet outside, and you're walking through town to your local cafe bookshop. The walk isn't far from your place, and you arrive just at the right time of day. You've missed the crowd, unlikely, and you watch through the window as the barista behind the counter starts a fresh pot of coffee before turning to pull the pastries out of the oven. Again, that seems very idealistic. Realistically, they've come in a cold fridge unit in the back of a van, and they're still defrosting. When you open the door, a ringing bell cuts through the soft music coming over the speakers. A few people look up in your direction before going back to their reading or latte. A soft hush settles, and the sense of baked goods, coffee and old books surrounds you like a warm sweater. You've come to your favourite place to get away just for a little while. So, tell us a story. Welcome to Foam and Fiction. Very cute indeed. What you'll need. In order to play Foam and Fiction, you'll need a way to record your experience. We suggest doing this the old-fashioned way, on paper with a pen or a pencil, and it could be done by a text app on your device of your choice, or using a voice or video recorder. Very good. You'll also need a deck of playing cards. Each suit should be separated into a smaller deck and then shuffled. So you have stuff. Oh, you didn't say that. Oh god. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be playing this game quickly then. I'll have a quick go. So you need each suit should be separated and then shuffled and then placed back into. Weirdly, I had it all shuffled before. Oh well. Into 4 stacks of hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades. Your deck has them. If your deck has them, go and take out jokers. You won't need them for this. Do we ever use jokers for anything? Like in any card games or anything like that? It just feels like they're never used in whatever sense. Okay. Not needed, but strongly encouraged, is a beverage and pastry of your choice and some soft music. Below, you can find the links to a few Spotify playlists that we have curated for this exercise, each with different themes in mind. So there they are all again, and you can click on them, that's quite nice. I would say for accessibility it would be nice if they were coloured, those links, so that I could actually see them. How to play. Effectively, Foam and Fiction is meant to provide prompts to help you tell a small snippet of a day in the life of your character, and should be thought of as a simple short storytelling exercise. Oh, cool. Your character can be whoever you like, a character from your current tabletop RPG campaign, something I just said, someone completely fictional, or they can be you. Whatever makes your heart happy when you play is most important. At the start, flip over one of your cards from each of your 4 mini decks. These cards will give you prompts for different aspects of the coffee shop visit to write about. Your character's drink and pastry order, the spades and hearts respectively, what sort of book they picked up to read, and which is diamonds, and what the weather was like on that day. Oh, it's quite sweet and cute, isn't it? Use these prompts to tell a short story or write a journal entry about your character. What did they see on the walk to the cafe? Did the weather affect their mood or change the route of their walk? What are they wearing? Do they chit-chat with the barista? No, they don't. What does the layout of the cafe look like? Did they stay long enough to need a second beverage or snack? There are so many options for storytelling, so please don't feel limited to only using the information that the cards give you. Continue until you feel the story is at an end. Maybe you only need one pull of the cards to tell this tale, or maybe you need to reshuffle your suits and have many visits to the cafe to bring it to a close. There is no wrong way to play. Nice, straightforward, really good. Some nice prompts there as well. Again, for layout purposes, I might have had them as like bullet points rather than one long paragraph. But and then we go straight onto it. Interesting. So spades is the kind of drink you get. Oh, we can look at that. A London fog. Oh, that is delicious. Oh, I love that. The kind of pastry you get is hearts. Diamonds, what kind of reading you get, and the clubs is the weather. Cool. And the notes, it just tells you what the font was. That's quite cool. And all versions of this game is designed with Canva. Well, Canva is free, so I would highly recommend checking that out for sure. And some thank yous. This idea came to me half-formed at 11 o'clock at night, just as I was just starting to doze off. Thank you, past me, for having a foresight to write yourself a text. My biggest thank you goes to my partner for always believing in me and these silly little projects. Please know that this story is not possible without you. And a heartfelt thanks to my small team of playtesters and editors. You help bring this game to life. And that's it. Very straightforward. Okay, well, why don't I have a quick go and see what we get. So I'm just going to put the spades out, because I shouldn't have shuffled these cards earlier, so this is going to be most of the stream. I'm actually playing a stream. That's quite exciting, isn't it? It says hearts there, and then some. But again, straightforward, so there's no excuse really for not playing a game, right? It's that's not a spade. That's a spade. There we go. Because that's the problem. Sometimes we always think like, oh, I don't have time to do these games. And actually, a game like this, you can easily do it. Like, just take half an hour to yourself and check in. And that's all you need, really. And then there, and oh, I've put hearts and spades together. That's so silly of me. And put these back here and done. All right. So I've got my 4 suits all out and ready to go. I'm just gonna shuffle them. So that's my hearts is there. So that's the second one. Then we've got spades. I've got some spades here. Yep. Check if we've got more there. Yep. So I'll just. This is the stream, by the way. Me losing my tiny mind. That's spades and hearts, and then diamonds was the book next, wasn't it? This is the thing, you could play solo RPGs like this and just not write them down or anything like that. You just have to think about it, which I think is like the nicest way of putting it. We've got clubs as well, which is the weather. What a straightforward little mechanic. Easily you could make it into this sort of engine into sort of making plot hooks. So you could have like a quest, what kind of quest it is, an NPC, like a point of contact, a mysterious item they might need to find, and then a villain or a trouble that might come with it. That could be those 4 things there. So that's quite cool. Alright, let's have a look. So I'm at the coffee shop. And I order, let's see, 5 of spades. It's a chai. Good choice, future me. A chai is great, although the London fog also looks fab. Next is the kind of pastry. I'll be honest, I don't tend to get pastries when I'm at coffee shops. I just think it's a lot of work, and also they are quite expensive. Although I can see there's baklava on this thing, and I'm like, that would be quite nice. Oh, a jack. A jack is a bear claw. Oh, now that sounds nice. What we've got? We've got a chai and a bear claw as our order. That's quite sweet. Oh, it's going to be very sweet. Gosh, sugar levels for us. All right, here's the very important one. What kind of book would I be reading? So we've got adventure, a classic book, memoir, mystery, sci-fi, history, biography, romance, fantasy, short stories, horror, poetry, and graphic novel. Okay. Number 8 of diamonds. Oh, it's a romance. Oh, well, that's quite sweet, isn't it? I actually don't really read that many romance books. I might have picked it up by accident, thinking it was something else, mistaking the cover for something else. And then clubs, what kind of weather it is today? It's another 8. Chilly. Oh, yes. Chilly. So I can imagine. That seems like a nice combination. Maybe I should go do that. But bring my own book. That's not a romance book. But there you go. That's it. That's literally it. 5 of spades, 7 of jack of hearts, and then 2 8s of spades, 8s of diamonds, and 8 of clubs. And that's as simple as it is. There you go. Ah, that's something nice and different, isn't it? I like sort of role-playing games that are just straightforward, and you don't have to worry too much. There's no win condition. There's no like hard work on the game person. And the fact there's an easy out saying like, hey, you could just play this as long as you want, or keep going. And yeah, I can imagine actually if you just stayed there till the thing ends. Like, you keep going, you go through all 52 cards, like you spent so much money, you've read all the books in this place, the barista wants to go home. But yeah, let's look at the prompts again. I just want to see, like, I love having the little playlists. I think that's quite cute. I might check them out after the stream to see what they sound like. So that's the issue, is that sometimes when you're doing solo role-playing games, like for content, some of the music's playlists that they do, they're not copyright free or royalty free, so you get striked for it, and you don't want to use content without permission and stuff. And it's just easier to do stuff like this where the music is, you know, as long as you credit them in the show notes and stuff, it's a little bit easier. But what was I saying? I was going to look at the prompts. So what did I see on the way to the cafe? Did the weather affect their mood or change their route on the walk? What are they wearing? What are you wearing? Did they chit chat with the barista? What does the layout of the cafe look like? Would they stay long enough to need a second beverage or snack? Well, maybe if there's an offer on. There's so many options already. I would like a few more, to be honest with you. I'd like a few more. Maybe, like, who else is there? Like, if you were setting up... Again, I can imagine using this sort of thing, setting up, like, things of interest in a town, perhaps, and, like, an NPC that is of interest. So, yeah, it's a very straightforward, easy mechanic, especially when you just take, 2 minutes to sort out your cards. So there you go. There you go. I've spoken for 20 minutes about a game that takes you 2 minutes to play, which... I think it's great. Thank you so much if you're watching this. Again, I do love solo RPGs. I like trying them out and like looking at different ones that are unusual and a bit different. So thank you so much for checking that out. I'm going to go back to the big screen. My face. So I'll put that in. Again, it's a free RPG, but, you know, pay what you want. So I highly recommend checking that out because, you know, something like this can give a little bit of joy to someone. If it helps you with your creative writing, so be it. If it helps you create with your adventures, so be it, you know. But always give a little, you know, coffee, $1 or £1 or £2, you know, because someone's worked on this, which is quite sweet. So what am I going to say next? Who knows? Let's see. We've got tomorrow. Have we got a stream tomorrow? I can't remember off the top of my head. No, I don't have a stream tomorrow because tomorrow is Alien. I should put the thing in the thing, shouldn't I? Yes, we've got Alien tomorrow, the 3rd episode of Alien on Girls Run These Worlds. I'm basically running the cinematic scenario Destroyer of Worlds, which is going very, very well. I'm really, really enjoying it. So come join us for that. There's a link there in the chat, which will appear for YouTube right there. There it is. So there's that. We've also got a few other bits and pieces. Oh, I've got Solemn Vale on Friday. Yes, a couple of weeks ago we did a Too Long Didn't Read tabletop RPG of Solemn Vale by Dirty Vortex, which is a folk horror RPG set in the 1970s around a mysterious village in the UK. And so yeah, we're running the first part of that on Friday. We've got some cracking folks joining us. We've got Pip Gladwin from Realms of Power and Glory. We have Reese from Who Lives, Who Dice. We also have Adam from the Gunpowder Plot. And we have one more person whose name I've completely forgotten. Please find you. It is somebody that I know. Oh, it's James Barbarossa. James from Realms of Power and Glory as well. So we've got a full house for a spooky folklore horror time. So I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be 8 PM on the Actual Play UK website, Twitch, and it'll be everywhere afterwards. And yeah, we've got this Friday and we've got next Friday for that as well. So lots of fun RPG stuff happening. But very much appreciate you being here. I appreciate, again, very short one, Fiona. You're like, whoa, what's going on? But hey, I knew it was going to be short because I did need to be finished quite quickly so I could go for my run. And I have no excuse and I can't be putting it off any longer. But thank you so much for joining. Play more games, try out some sort of RPGs. Tell me about your coffee stay. How was your book? But yes, I'll love you and leave you there, and I'll see you next week when there's going to be some other tabletop RPG streams, but obviously go check out the Alien stream tomorrow and also the Solemn Vale one on Friday. I'm going to wave awkwardly until I press the button to go. Bye.